Hey everybody, welcome back to MvM Live, another great quarantine edition. Um, but we are here to play some games still. So we've been doing this for those who haven't been watching. We're still obeying the quarantine order, and that's going to be, what, Kier, probably for another couple weeks or a week or so.
Couple of weeks. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
Play it by ear.
we will play it by ear. We are following the rules and instructions and guidelines of our city and state. So,
Yeah, and
Kira,
then being a little extra cautious on top of it. Why not?
sure.
It can't
It's,
hurt.
you know what?
Just
It
kind of wait
can't
and see
hurt.
how things pan out. I mean, it could hurt, but we're
Um,
following the rules, but we're being a little bit like extra rules lawyery on
let's
ourselves,
hope it
right?
doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're here
Okay.
today to play a game that was actually kind of one of my underrated gems. This is called Space Explorers, and I consider this game to be kind of a Splendor killer. I know a lot of people play Century Spice Road and really like kind of use that as a replacement for Splendor, but for me, this game just hits a lot of the right notes that Splendor hits, while also offering some more depth. Yeah, just making it a little more accessible, but also more complicated for gamers. So, Kira, we played this before the physical version, but it was a while ago.
Gosh, it was a long time ago. I need a little bit of a refresher, and
It's
I'm sure everybody else would like to know how this plays and what makes it, like why it's a Splendor killer, but also what makes it different and unique and more gamery, like you said.
Yeah, and absolutely. Now you see here the game set up in the Tabletopia. Actually, I think I said Tabletop Simulator. So I'm going to do my best to kind of control the camera. So you'll see here the main overview, and we have the deck of specialists here, and we're going to have 6 or maybe more specialists available to draft. And these specialists all come from a variety of different categories, and you're going to see the symbol here in the upper left-hand corner. So you'll see that little symbol. That is the symbol that matches with one of your different types of researchers, basically. So you've got these 5 different types that link to these 5 different icons. Now we're going to be able to draft these into our hand, and we're also going to be able to play them here in front of us. Now each one of these researchers has icons down here on the lower left hand corner. This is the cost. You have to be able to spend those icons in order to play a card. Now, playing a card is pretty easy. You can either return researchers or scientists from your hand back to the supply here, or you can spend these tokens by giving them to your opponent. Now you'll notice here that Kira and I each have one set. So if I use the blue, I actually give it to her. Now she'll have 2 to use for the next round. However, whenever you discard a card, and we'll talk about this more as we play, whenever you discard a card, it counts as 2 wild resources. So if I was to play this guy here, who costs 3, I could spend my 1 red, and I can spend 2 of anything, or 1 card to count as 2 of anything. Now, the cool thing about this, the way the engine building works, is that some of these characters have abilities that are listed down here on their lower right hand corner. Some of them just produce resources. Some of them actually give you like things to do, and those are all printed here on this card. So whenever you're playing a card, you get to look at everyone you have in that row. For example, let me find a good blue here. So if I had this guy down here in my row, every other blue scientist that I play costs 1 resource less. And that's just because I have this guy here. So if I was to play this guy here, and you'll see this arrow showing from the bottom, this says you discount resources from the bottom. So if I have 1 guy in blue, this guy's blue, he would only cost 2 yellows and 1 purple. So that's going to make more sense kind of as we play, and we'll explain how this works. And I'm responding to the comments here. Andy says he loves the artwork. I do too. It's got that whole like 50s, 60s art style, like the, race to the moon space theme, which I really like. And we've got here a set of 10 projects. These are kind of in-game victory points, and we're going to put out 4 of these randomly. So I'm just going to grab out 4 randomly. And they have, they're double-sided as well. So these are going to give us victory points and also kind of trigger the end of the game. If anybody, if all of these are gone, or if somebody has 12 scientists in front of them, 12 of these researchers, that triggers the end of the game. Now, I will go first, so I will take this first player marker. This doesn't actually affect the game at all. It just goes back and forth. However, we will get equal turns. So if I end the game, Kira gets 1 more turn. And if Kira ends it, then that's the end of the game. So, I have my rules pulled up just to make sure that I'm not doing anything wrong. Yeah, because this one doesn't actually have the rules printed on it. So, all right. So that's the game. So we just go until we have 12 guys or all 4 projects. Now you'll notice these projects require you to have a specific amount of people in each of these districts or zones. You don't have to spend them. You just have to have them. So, Kira, to start the game off, we're going to shuffle this deck up. And we're each going to draw 1 card. So we can draw 1. And we get 1 card into our hand to start the game. Now, because you're seeing things from my point of view, you're going to see my hand. You won't be able to see Kira's. And hopefully Kira's not at home watching the stream so she can see what's in my hand at all times.
On Tabletopia, how do you zoom in?
It's a Z. It's the Z button.
Z.
It's a little different.
Right. It is a little different.
I like Tabletopia and Tabletop Simulator both. They have a lot of the same hotkeys, but then some that are different. And it's those different ones that keep throwing me off. And what are we using to stream? We're actually using a program called, or I'm using a program called XSplit, which I'm pretty happy with it. It's a little more robust than OBS, but it lacks the ease of presentation and use that OBS has. I don't know, Kira, you have more experience using both than I do.
I mean, OBS more than anything else because I have a Mac, and so it's the only thing that works on my Mac. And it just depends. They're all different. We're playing around with something called vMix now, which again is Windows only, so I can't use it. But I know David and Jeremy Howard all might have that, and then vMix is you and Jeremy Howard, and then I'm the only one I think still using OBS. All right, so what did you do, by the way?
All right, so nothing yet. We just set up. We each drew our first card. Okay. Now, when you stack these cards in these different rows, you're going to be able to activate powers. For those watching at home, you can see kind of my guy has this power right here in the right corner. That power is active as long as the card is the top of its stack. Once you play another card, it covers it. Now, from this set of 6 cards, I can either play the card from my hand, play a card directly from these 6 if I can afford it, or I can take a card. I can take any one of these 6, any one that may have been added to this over the course of the game, or I can draw a card from the top of the deck. Now, if there are less than 6 cards here, we refill it. If there were more, and we end up with more than 6 cards, then we don't actually refill it. Gator Dave is asking, are the cards in your hand supposed to be public? No, they're not. Kira has hers out so that I could potentially see it, but I think that's more for stream purposes.
My hand.
It doesn't actually need to be
now
out.
Can you see it?
No, it's vanished.
Okay, good.
It's gone. Nobody can see it.
I thought it was in my hand, but I honestly, for stream purposes, I'm fine. I am not worried about, Ryan's going to be worrying about his own thing, so I'll have it out so people can see it. That's
right,
fine.
And you can kind of talk through your decisions too. I mean, we're here to kind of play the game and have fun and teach a little bit. We're not necessarily playing to destroy each other, so.
Sure. I mean, like I said on Sunday on the Rewind, I have been losing a lot lately, and I need a win. But so am I first or you're first? You're first.
I am first.
First player.
So I have the
Why don't
first
you do
to go.
something?
I am going to do something. I'm going to take one of these cards, and I'm going to take this guy here. And then since there's less than 6 cards, we will put a new one out. I don't know
Okay.
what this guy does.
So you take a card or play a card is
And what
happens on your
and what's
turn.
really
So if you
cool,
choose to take one, you don't play one.
that's correct.
Okay.
If you see these little numbers in the corner, it shows you on here. So I can look at number 8. I have number 8. It tells me what the ability is.
In the rule book. No,
yeah,
on
and
sheet
in the
we
rule
have.
book and on your little cheat sheet. You have that little cheat sheet on the
And these
side
things
there.
up at the top you said are just
And it's
potential, like
double-sided.
whoever hits it first, right?
Basically, at the end of your turn, you can look, and if you are the one that has this
Those
fulfilled,
things.
then you can claim it.
Got it. Okay, so I have no idea what I'm doing at this point. Like, it's all just a
And like
mystery
I
to
said,
me.
this is double-sided.
So, I
So-
mean, I guess I could take another card just to set up because there's no way, as everyone can see my card, it's got 1,000 resources needed on it,
Right.
right?
I was in the
I have
same
to
boat.
pay. I have to pay 2 blues, 2 yellows, and a green to get this out. Is that right?
Yep, that's the
And
card in
then
your hand right there.
it gives me 2 blues later.
Now, this is
All
a
right.
special card. Yeah, it gives you a discount of 2 resources when you play it. So any future, once that guy's out in blue, any future cards you play in blue are going to count 2 less. All right. So we will reveal a new one. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, I kind of like this guy. But I want to get this guy out. So, I'm going to play, I'll show you guys how this works. I'm going to play this guy. Now he costs 2 yellow and 2 purple. I can spend 1 yellow by giving this yellow to Kira, and 1 purple by giving this purple to Kira. And now he only costs 1 yellow and 1 purple. I can return this card from my hand to produce 2 of any resource I want. So basically, I can produce the other 2 missing icons. So I gave 2 to Kira, discarded a card for 2, and that paid for my 4. Does that make sense?
It does. So then I'm going to do something similar. I'm going to bring this guy out. I'm going to pay these 2 yellows. Because I can, right? I'm doing this correctly. I'm going to pay this card to be blues, 2 blue wild resources, and then I just need this green.
Yep, that's it. So you gave me 2 yellows, you gave me a green, and you discarded a card out to the pile for the blues. That's exactly right. Now I have to decide what I want to do. Now I do have a special ability on this guy. As long as he's the most, or the topmost, I get to use this special ability. And his says I can recruit a card that costs 3 or less for free. So I'll be able to do that on my turn here in a second. But I got to decide what I want to do first. Because I have a lot of resources, but nothing in my hand. But I can play something directly from here. So I think I'm going to give 2 greens and a blue. Oh, don't want that guy. I'm going to give a green, and a blue back to Kira because this guy costs a green, green, and a blue. So he's going to go right there. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. It does. It does. All right. So I got nothing. So I just am pulling something into my hand right now. Let's see. I want to look at these abilities again. So this means 3 total blue cards, right? Except that this one has 2 of those circles on it, so it technically counts as 2.
It technically
How come
counts
he
as
brought out a
yeah.
fourth?
It counts as
How
2
come he brought
because
this
you've
out?
got.
It's not less than
Oh,
6
you're
cards.
right.
Put that back, sir.
I don't know what I was
So this
thinking.
I'd need 1 more blue, 4 yellows, and 1 red still, if this were the one I was going for.
That's correct. Yeah.
Making sure I'm super duper clear on all these things. I'm gonna go ahead and take this construction looking dude. What's his number? It's a 30.
30 what? Are you going to tell me?
8?
38 would be on the back of your card. So,
Okay.
or no, 38 is one of the special ones. You get the research symbols shown on the card. So if you look at the bottom under other abilities, some just give you abilities. They are icons.
So he's got an icon in the lower right, so I just get that icon
Yeah, you
until
just get
it's
that
covered up.
icon. But I think only when you're playing something in that row.
Right. Okay.
I believe so. I want to double check.
So we've got
I
some
guess,
questions coming in. Is this a
yeah.
huge improvement over Splendor? Is that accurate? I would say yeah. For me, I think so. Splendor gets redundant after a bit for me. And I mean, I know it's not like a game you play 1,000 times, but when you're playing with new players or gateway players, like my husband, he'll like he likes Ticket to Ride, and he wanted to play it 3 times in a row. I was like, not two is more than enough for me. Probably one, but if this is a game that I could see being fine with playing a couple of times and not getting bored with it, whereas Splendor, I'd feel really redundant in the second play. That's my 2 cents.
So I'm trying to decide what I want to do. So I can have a special action. This lets me recruit somebody that costs 3 or less for free. So I guess I didn't have to pay for that last guy, but I'll recruit this guy for free.
Okay.
Granted, he's 0 points, so that doesn't really help me. And then now we do reveal.
Okay. So
He's expensive, but that ability looks pretty cool. That's number 34.
This person out, and I'm going to pay
You get any 3 research symbols instead of 2 when you return this card. Ah, basically when you could use her as 3 research symbols. Okay.
Yeah, another thing about this, to Carol's point in the comments, is that the art in this, and I know a few people have said that already, but the art in this really helps sell me on the game. Like, I enjoyed just everything about the game, not just the art, but the graphic design, the icons on the cards, all of it together is just very sharp, and I enjoy it. So I already played, by the way. I played this card for 2 greens, which I gave you over here.
Yeah, I see that. So I've got 2 greens, 2 yellows, and a red. So 2 yellows. I don't have 2 blues. I like this guy's ability. I'm going to use it to recruit somebody for free. I'm going to recruit this guy. However, what that means is that guy's ability is buried now, and it's no longer active. So my new ability is this one that produces 2 purple. And this produces 1 red, and this produces 2 green. So those are my active abilities currently. So that wasn't great, and we're still 6 there. So what are you thinking, Kira?
Well, I brought out another. You did
bring out another.
Well, I don't know. I was thinking about doing one thing, and then that changed because you took the thing I was thinking about. It's all right. I'm not upset by any means. Now, what's this card here? It says number 11. It's purple and what is this?
Yeah, you'll get 1 victory point for every purple skill of your specialists.
Oh.
So he's an in-game score, but he has to be the top.
Yeah, it would have to be.
Oh no, that's just his scoring. He doesn't have to be the top for that. Because you'll see here, it shows the asterisk in the corner.
Yep. Sorry, I got rid of it before you were done showing it, huh? Ryan, your audio cut out on me. Are you still there? Yep,
yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
All right. Hopefully everyone can hear me okay. I don't hope I'm not cutting off too bad. I just was checking the rule book. I wanted to make sure I had that correct. And it looks like I do, so that's good. Oh yeah, Gator Dave is saying that a lot of the art is like the same. Like you'll notice this and this is actually the same artwork, just zoomed in. And you know what? That's fine, but I'm not going to complain too much about it because I think it still looks pretty good. So I've got 2 purple, a red, and 2 greens down here. So I think I can... So this guy is green. I already have a green. So knock off that yellow. So he would cost 3 green and a purple. I have 2 green and a purple.
What's the hand limit, Ryan?
I don't know. I can look, but I'm not sure that there is one.
Okay.
So he's going to drop here to green.
All right.
So
we're
this
gonna
guy is
refill.
going to score me some points. He's number 24. 1 progress point for every 3 skills across my specialists.
Now, what's
So that's not
interesting is
bad. That'll
that
score me
card that
some
I pulled
points,
up was
hopefully.
a
Sorry,
blue
Kira, what was that?
card.
I didn't mean to talk
I'm
over
just
you.
thinking out loud. I'm going to take that card and we'll refill.
Well, this guy's got a pretty cool looking ability. He's number 46.
You got a lot of cards out. I'm not doing very much here, and it's because you have that recruity thing.
I don't
I need
have
to
him
look and
anymore.
see.
You get
Yeah,
any
that's
2
cool.
research symbols to recruit a specialist that has 2 skills. I see. So I've got 2 purple and 2 green. I don't know what I want to do. This guy's yellow. So far I've got nothing for yellow. And I have no
And you
reds.
can't build from the row. You have to
You can
pull
build
it
from
to
the
hand
row
first.
or from your hand.
Okay.
Yeah. But you risk, if you want to build something in the row and you take a different card, you risk somebody else either taking that or building it out from under you. I'm going to
Sure.
take this guy into my hand. I think I like this guy here.
I think I like this fella here, which is a purple.
Are you going to play him directly?
Yeah. And that's going to cost me 2 blues, which I have.
No, so
What?
the blues count just what's here and down in the bottom. So you'd still have to discard a card to make up that extra blue. Yeah, the only thing that these symbols count for is the projects at top and
I
if you
see.
happen to play somebody in the same row as them.
I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. And you can always draw a card off the top of the deck if you don't want to mess with what it looks like out there.
Sure.
That's my guy. I'm checking out. So what do you think?
I took him into my hand.
Oh, you did take him in your hand instead.
Yeah.
All right, this guy
And
is
everything.
a green. So I've already got 2 greens. So this would deduct a yellow and a green. His cost would be 2 greens, which I have being produced by this guy here. So I can play this guy basically for free. Oh, it didn't want to stack.
And why? Where's your 3rd green coming from? I'm sorry. Say that again.
So I have 2 guys in here already. So it's
That counts as 2.
so it counts as the
Okay.
first 2 bottom, and then all I have to do is 2 green, which is
And you
being
have.
produced right
Yeah.
here. So.
I see.
And that's where I'm getting, like, that's where I feel that whole Splendor vibe going, because as you're building these, like, you have to look at both the row, because your cost is deducted by what's already in the row, and you have to look at the special abilities of your other cards. So there's a little more ability to combo an engine build, while still being what I would consider a fairly gateway game. And not a terribly long game either.
Sure.
Like, I'm already
sure.
at 6 people recruited out of 12.
What does this person do? This person is card 34.
Granted, of the people, I don't have a lot of victory points in mind, so we'll see.
Yeah, I'm just trying to. 34. You get 3 research symbols instead of 2 for moving a card from hand to the center. Well, that's a nice ability to have.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and take that into my hand for right now.
All right, so there's less than 6, so that's gonna go. I need a yellow. I need a
Same.
purple. Is there no purple out? Here's a purple. He costs 2 yellow and 2 blue. Well, I'm gonna just draw him into my hand.
It's his ability. He gives you a purple, is that right? He gives you.
This
What
guy
is
right
that?
here,
What's that symbol?
that's number 33. That's the other side of this. 33 is a wild research symbol.
Let's see.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah. I just need to get something out. I feel like I don't have a lot of anything right now. So why don't we go ahead and take 1 blue, 1 green, 1 red, 1 yellow. I have no yellow. I still have no yellow, so I'd have to discard a card if
I
I
have
want
no
to
yellow
play
either.
this.
Also, for those who are watching right now, this all scales by player count. So you're going to have 4 more than the number of players. And up here on the projects, you're going to have 2 more than the number of players. So we have 4 projects to fight over.
I'm going to bring this one out. It's 2 reds, 2 blues, and a purple. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this purple.
Yep.
I'm going to get rid of a blue. Is it have to be the same resource? So I'm going to do a blue and a red.
So you did a blue and a red, so it's still a cost of 3. Is that right?
Yeah. So I still need 1 more card to get rid of.
Or you could use another one of these tokens.
Well, because I need to give you another red and another blue.
Or, well, you have a card in your hand, don't you?
I do. That's what I'm going to get rid of. That's what I'm looking at.
So you can discard that for 2 resources. You gave me 2 already, so that makes 4. So you would need 1 more.
There you go.
Does that make sense?
Yep, I got rid of it. It's here.
No, I mean, so you gave me 2 tokens, right?
I gave you a red and a purple. I needed to give you, I'm sorry, a blue.
Yeah, you gave me a blue and a red.
I thought I gave you a purple too, because I had 2 purples a second ago.
Okay, well then maybe you did.
I can't remember. I'm already forgetting. I'm sure they'll tell us.
I think we're clear. And so you added an extra card up here.
That was to make up for the rest of my resources.
So let me see if I can, now that you gave me those things, let me see if I can afford to play this guy. 2 blues and 2 yellows.
With more than 2 players, who do you pay the resources to?
The person to your left.
To your left.
So it goes in a big circle. So you could end up with one person kind of hogging all of them. I'm just going to draw that into my hand for now. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
That was a very weak turn.
I'm desperately seeking yellows. I have none.
There's one out there.
Yellow. Yeah, but I can't play it yet. I only have 1 red. I'll just take that to my hand for now. Why not?
All right. I'm going to play a guy, so I'm going to discard him to play this guy. Now, that covers 2 of the resources, but I need to give 2 more. So I'm going to give you these 2 yellows back.
Yeah, give me those yellows.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I'm going to. He has an ability as well. He's number 56. Oops. Didn't mean to flip both those things. So I get to pass 1 research token, then take a card from the deck. If I want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want my research tokens.
Okay.
But I do have a blue, a green, a red, and a purple. Which is what this one needs. A blue, a green, a red, and a purple. So I have launched Proton 1.
You have.
Yep. So there's now 3 left.
Yeah, I just don't see this going very well for me at this point. All right, so I'll play this one to purple.
That guy right there?
Yep. And he has 2 yellows and a green, so I'll do 2.
However, you have this guy already there who counts as the bottom 2 resources. So really all you have to pay for that card is 1 yellow.
Okay, 1 yellow. Done.
Oh, and it gives you 2 more yellows. So that's huge for you, I'm sure.
That's what I needed, yeah. Excuse me.
All right, what is this guy? What do I need? Ooh, 4 yellows? I'm not getting that. All of these need yellows. How did that happen? All right, I'm with you now, Kira. I need yellows. Lots of yellows.
Okay, did you play? Or
no,
are you
I haven't. So this guy needs 2 green, which I produced already. A wild, so I'm going to play this guy here. So I can zoom in so people can see. So I need 2 green, which this guy produces. This guy produces, oh no, it's a green and a yellow and a purple. I can't play that guy. 2 green, a yellow. I would need 2 reds. Oh no. You're safe, Kira. You can play that guy.
I can. I'm going to.
I'll just take, let me play this guy instead. He'll play for free. No, he's worth 0 points. Ugh.
But does
I'm
he
gonna
give you
take
good
this guy into my
ability?
hand.
He just gives you a resource. Okay.
Yeah, and this
I'm
guy
gonna
already
play
gives me 2 resources.
I'm gonna play her,
Yeah, that's a good one.
which is 2 yellows from here, plus this yellow.
Yep,
And then I need 3 purples. So I'm gonna
yep.
play this purple and this one.
Discard a card out. Yeah, that makes sense. All
I
right.
forgot to grab myself a water or something to drink, and I've got a little bit of a cough coming, so I'm going to mute for just a second, grab a water, and I'll be right
It's
back. Sorry,
okay.
folks.
While you're gone, I'm not going to take every single card and shuffle them around.
Liar. Keep him honest, folks.
So I think, while she's gone really quick, I think you guys can probably piece together at this point why I kind of feels, a little Splendorish to me. It's not the same as Splendor, but it feels similar. It fits that weight group, and it fits that level of engine building that I really like. So let's see, who do I want to recruit? Oh, this guy into green. I get a discount of 3. This means it costs me 1 blue. I'm going to do that. Let's get that guy down here.
All right.
This guy's going to give me 1 point for every red I have at the end of the game, which right now is just 1, but that's fine.
Now, that is in-game scoring. It doesn't have to be on top,
Right.
or does it?
That's just scoring. So if you look in the upper left-hand corner, it tells you how many points that card is worth. And if it has an asterisk, it just means it'll tell you at the end what it scores.
And so if you happen to have 2 reds in this little spot, each of those will count towards that goal.
That's correct.
Or whichever one you just played. Okay. Just checking, just checking.
All right, you're up.
All right, I am
gonna...
up. I'm going to play this card from my
You're
hand.
catching up to me. So it costs
That's
a green,
cost
a yellow, and a purple.
I have 2 yellows here.
Yep.
I have, oops, I didn't need to give you the green. I have a green out.
Yep.
What does she do again? 34,
She lets you turn a card from your hand into 3 resources
3
instead
resources.
of 2.
So I have a green, I have a yellow. I need to pay
The purple.
a red.
No, the red is already discounted. So you've got this guy
right.
here that gives you 2 discount. So the red and the green are already accounted for. You just have to pay the yellow and purple.
Well, I don't have either one of those.
Well, you just gave me a yellow. Here. Didn't you just give me that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was going to give you this green, so
Gotcha.
I can't play him. I was thinking I had green, yellow.
Yeah, you're missing the purple.
I'm missing the purple, so I can't do that. So I take that back. Disregard, disregard.
But you'll be able to do it next turn.
Yeah, perhaps. And this wants 4 yellows, 4 yellows, and 3 yellows. Blah. Frustrating. I'm taking her. Boop.
All right. Now I've got this guy, which I want to play, but he costs a lot. Look how much he costs. So I have 1 guy in red already, so it would be discounted. So I would need 2 blue and 3 reds. I don't have any of that currently. So what I'm going to do is draw a card. I'm just going to take one from the top. And then I'm going to use my astronaut's ability here. Give Kira 1 token. I'll give her this yellow to draw another card.
I don't need that yellow. Give me that
that's
red.
Why I gave you the yellow. I don't want to give you the red. I want the red. The red is for me.
No. Boo, hiss.
What did I get with those draws?
I'm going to do the same thing and take this to my hand.
Oh,
Are you done?
Like that guy. I'm done, yeah. It's just up to you.
I'm taking that to my hand for the same reason you did. All right. Continue.
All right, I've got 8 guys. All right, now I can play this red guy. He's going to discount a 1. So I have 2 blue and 3 red. So that's a total of 5 resources. So that's 2, 4. Unfortunately, I have to give you that now. And that's 5. So this guy comes out. He's a number 46. You get any 2 research symbols to recruit a specialist that has 2 skills. So I can only recruit people with 2 skills, like that guy.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this young lady. She wants 2 greens. I've got 1 here. She wants 1 yellow, which she already gets from here. So she just needs 2 reds.
Yeah, so you get a free discount of a yellow. So 2 reds and 2 greens, right?
Ooh, I forgot the green. You're right.
Yeah.
I think I was looking at my yellow. My 2 yellow is 2 green.
Okay.
Thank you. All right.
I like having all these resources. All right, now this guy will help me. What else is up there? I need another purple. Is there a purple up here? This guy's interesting. He can go either blue or purple.
Huh.
But this
Well, does he
guy's
give you
purple.
both? Blue
It's
and
one
purple?
or the other. You choose.
Oh, okay. Because like on these
So-
other ones, when they're side by side, you get both. You sure?
Well, when they're the same symbol, yes, you get both.
Okay.
You only ever get the symbol of the category you're in. So if he goes to purple, only the purple symbol's active. If he goes to blue, only the blue symbol's active.
But he's a red.
I'm talking about this
When
guy
you go to
over
red.
here.
Oh, I was looking at the bottom because I saw blue and purple. That makes more sense now.
Yep.
Dunk, dunk. Great.
So I can basically get him for free, so why not? I'll do it. So I'll put him here. I have 10 out of 12 guys, though.
I meant to take this at the end of my turn. That was the whole point of that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's not like I can catch up with that. Wait, but you need 3 yellows. Oh, you have 3. Never mind.
I do.
I hate that they stack like that.
Yeah.
Well done.
Okay. So my turn?
Yep.
All right. I've got... Oof.
People are talking about our Watergate play a couple weeks ago. I played David, and Watergate is one of my favorite 2-player games. We played Seven Wonders Duel last week, which is another one of my favorite 2-player games. And this is my first time playing this at 2 players. I like it at 2. It's very different because when you pass these tokens, like you're basically tug of war passing them back and forth. In a 4-player game, you know, it might be a while before any of these resource tokens actually come back around to you. So I think the game is maybe actually a little faster here in a 2-player game.
I'm going to discard this card for
Yep.
2 resources.
Nice.
No.
So we've got 2 left up there. This one needs 4 yellows. This one needs 4 yellows. You're at 3 yellows. I'm at 0. So my hope is to end the game.
What's the in-game trigger again?
All 4 of these being gone or somebody having 12 cards.
Okay. Shoot.
I have 10
Or-
currently.
Stop that.
I want red symbols.
You would.
I'm going to draw a top card of the deck and hope it's red. Guess what? Spoiler alert, it wasn't red. All right, and then you know what? Oh, I covered this guy's ability. I can't do it anymore.
Oh. All right, let's
That's
see
too bad.
here. I have 2 yellows, a green, and a purple out.
2 yellows, yep.
I don't have a red anywhere. That blows. 2 yellows, a green, and a purple. 2 yellows, 1 green. This is a green. I need a green. 2 yellows, 1 green. Let's do that. And I'll play this out. What do you do,
Nice.
friend? What number is
He is
that?
number 21. Number
He,
21 is
upon completion of a project, take 2 cards from the deck.
nice.
Very nice.
What did you put out? You did not put out a red guy.
I did not know.
All right, I think I can play this guy though. Let's just, because I think the game is nearing the end anyway. So I get a discount of 2. So he cost me 2 purple. This guy right here produces 2 purple. So he's good to go.
I have purple. I have.
Gator
Need
Dave is
one more
asking
yellow.
if Oliver, my son, is mobile. And the answer is a resounding yes. Not only is he mobile, he likes to run, and he is a climber.
Whoa! What just
Um,
happened?
what
Help me
just
fix
happened?
it.
What did you
I took
do?
the whole deck. I meant to take one.
Did you just draw the whole deck in your hand?
How does that happen? How do I get rid of it?
You'll have to just take all the cards in your hand and put them back out. I can't do it for you. There you
This
see.
is insanity.
No, you can select all the cards in your hand. Just hold
How?
shift and drag. Like see
Shift.
that?
It's not letting me do that with my hand.
Well, it's fine. The game is almost over. So just
Well,
know
I was
that all
just
those
trying to
cards are
draw
not
the
in your
top
hand.
one, and the top one was this one. So I'll just put that there.
This is the fun of technology. I don't know how you must have just grabbed the deck instead of drawing a
I'm
card
so
off
mad.
of it.
I should have.
It's okay. It doesn't really matter which one was on top, so because we have more than 6 cards anyway.
All right. Well, I'm not looking.
And I have
at them.
11 cards, so if I build one more, that's game over anyway, unfortunately.
Don't I get one more turn?
You will, but like we don't
Okay.
need a whole stack of cards here.
No, we don't.
So,
and
as I was saying, my son
make
Oliver
fun of
is
me.
a climber. He's learned he can take a chair, push the chair against something, climb onto the chair, climb on the counters. The other day, he scrambled up his chair onto the counter to get to his snacks because we keep the snacks on the counter. And it's crazy. He's going to be a climber for sure. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So whatever card I buy here is my last card. Oh no! What just happened?
I thought I got them out of my hand.
Well, you did.
Whatever.
You definitely got them out of your hand. I'm just gonna drag
Figured
them
it
over
out.
here.
Yeah.
You know what?
I give up.
It happens. Look at that. No harm, no foul. All good.
All right, where are we at now?
I'm still
Did you
debating if I'm
go?
gonna buy a card or draw a card from the deck. And unfortunately, there's no way to group all these. In Tabletop Simulator, you can just turn everything into a
Yeah,
group. So
I did tilt it.
I want somebody that's going to give me points. None of these guys really. That gives me 1 point
Right.
for every blue, 1 point for every yellow. I don't have any of that. This guy
I
just gives
covered
me
up.
4 points. Let me see if I can afford this guy. So he's discounted by 2. So he costs 1 yellow and 3 purples. So I've got 2 purples there. Yeah, I can afford him. I've got 2 purples there, and I can discard this card back to pay his cost. So
Okay,
that
I'm
is
gonna
it. That is
play-
12 cards.
I'm gonna play this card then for my last turn, which costs me 2 blue. There you go. Have
This
your
guy
2
right here?
blue. Yeah,
He would cost you nothing because you've already got 3 cards
Oh,
there.
you're right.
So
not that it matters. All right, so that gives me this and
nice.
this. No, I only have 1 green.
Yeah, and you can only complete 1 project
That's
on your
right.
turn anyway. So
Whatever.
that's fine.
I got that one. Yay.
So, all right, let's count up points. So
Oof.
you've got 9 just in projects, which is pretty good.
11, 15, sorry, 14, 18, 23 plus,
I think just 23.
yep, 23.
So 23 points. All right, 23 points is the score to beat. I only had 3 points for my projects. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 21. Plus I have 2 asterisks. This guy's 1 point for every 3 symbols. So that's 22, 23, 24, 25. And this guy's 1 point for every red. So 25, 26, 27, 28. So I ended at 28. And you had 23? That was close. That was really close.
I'm not going to complain. I feel good about my score.
I
would have
think
felt better if I had won.
I've played this more than you. It took you a couple rounds to kind of optimize your engine building. Once you started to get it, though, you were really piling forward. I I took a lot of really cheap cards just to start my engine going so I could start getting those discounts. So that's
Yeah, and I was trying to be very tactical. And like the other problem I have is that because of the technology, which I said this on Sunday, I appreciate the fact that this stuff exists. My issue is that I like having to, okay, that's a 15, and then zoom over here,
right.
and then zoom back on this. And then it's not like TTS where I can just push a button and zoom.
Well, you could press
It's
Z or double click
Well,
on
but I could.
something.
What happens on a Mac anyway in Tabletopia is it zooms in on that thing and it swings the whole screen around. Whereas on TTS, I can just mouse over one, mouse over the other, and go
Yeah.
back and forth very easily. It's not quite as. It's not bad. It's just again why I'm so
Gator Dave
excited.
says, "Don't blame the Mac for losing.
So good.
Don't blame the Mac."
I don't blame the Mac. I blame my inability to fully grasp everything going on in a digital format. That's me. Like I lose a lot, and as far as like being able to
Yeah.
look at what you're doing, what's on the table. I know it's
Right.
like all on the screen here, but it's just a lot of working around.
I think that's one area where nothing will ever be able to beat physical games. Like
Right.
when I'm looking at a card, I'm not looking at what anybody else is doing. I'm not seeing anybody else's moves. I get this little narrow focus of what I'm looking at. And while these programs have been great, and I've been playing a lot of Steam board games as well, so they've gotten me through this quarantine, but man, I miss actually playing a physical game. Like it's wearing on me. I couldn't imagine only doing it this way. Now there are people that live out in the middle of nowhere that don't have game stores, that don't really have the ability to meet with a gaming group, and these are great tools to connect and let you still play games. I mean, I can play games with anyone anywhere in the world, but I don't think anything's going to ever beat physically just playing a game for me. I don't know. You're probably over digital gaming at this point, Kira?
Yeah. I mean, I've said it over and over. Like, I will continue to do it while it is our best option for gaming. But I miss the interaction in person, and I miss the physical components of the table and the ease of playing. I know the things that I like about the digital side is there's no cleanup, and in the really well scripted stuff, the setup is super simple, which is nice, right? It's a nice setup.
I did really like playing Seven Wonders with the scripting. That was awesome.
So,
yeah, well, so that's Space Explorers. Like I said, this is my kind of underrated hidden gem. I wish it had gotten more widespread love. It really deserves another print run, so maybe we can boost up that.
yeah, I know there are people looking for it. I've seen that in the comments, and I think this is one I'd like to personally have as well for exactly what I mentioned earlier, which is playing with some of my more gateway gamery family members or friends. It's fun. It doesn't like I'm ready to play it again. Unlike with, like I said, with Splendor, which Splendor is great. It's just it's not my version of this kind of game, and I like the engine building in this one feels better.
I agree with you completely. So guys, thank you. That was Space Explorers. We will be back next week, probably with another online game. Maybe we can find something that we can both play at home together without having to use TTS. So we'll
I was
see.
going to say, next week is going to be most likely Tribune.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But
what we could look at potentially after that is doing like a Welcome To, which has a very nice TTS mod out there. So I don't know if we would want to play it physically, because that one's actually very simple to use, I think, from what I was looking at. But
so Tribune next week, it sounds like. So guys, we'll see you next week. Keep watching all of our live content. We're going to be doing some other live streams sprinkled through. And this Friday, I think, should be the debut of something new. So just
same time.
Keep your eyes on the channel. Yeah.
David and Jeremy this week. So keep your eye out for it, and we will see you guys. Chit chat tomorrow.
Yep. Bye guys.